Woke up with stars in my eyes. Mirror says I'm more than fine. Got the fam, got the fight, got the vibe. Gonna rise like a sun climbing higher. Sarah Vie, living abundantly. With free Sarah Vie, living abundantly.
I'm Sarah Vie, and you're watching Living Abundantly.
Hello, everyone. I don't know. Can you feel the energy today? Because, oh my gosh, I sure can. Today, we are not just here for a show. We are here to celebrate 1 whole year of this incredibly fantastic journey together. I am just going to say, woohoo! So from the laughs, the surprises, the incredible guests, and all the magic behind the scenes, this year has been nothing short of extraordinary. And none of it would be possible without you. Yes, you in the audience, at home, everyone who tuned in, cheered us on, and believed in this dream. And of course, I couldn't have done this without my magical team. We are kicking off the show with some of my guests who have made such an impact throughout this year. We all know Dr. Deb, relationship and love expert, and also Dennis Appel, who is my dancing king, spreading joy to millions of people. And I'm going to call them the Living Abundantly Rat Pack. I have invited them back to help me celebrate this momentous occasion of 1 year spreading abundance to thousands of our viewers. So let me do a massive welcome to the show, both of you.
Congratulations.
So good to be
Oh,
back.
thank
1
you.
year, wow.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's so hard to believe, it really is.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start with you, Dennis. I want to start with you because you really leaned into some self-opposition this year. Can you share a moment when you had to choose courage over comfort, and what did you learn about yourself from that experience? What was the experience? Let me just say that.
So we had that Zoom call, and I challenged you to do stand-up comedy, and you said you would only do it if I would do it. And that's when all my fears started building up again, because 42 years ago,
Right.
I bombed on stage.
Yes.
And I decided at that point I'm going to be social funny and not professional funny. So I had this hidden inside of me for all these years.
Yes.
And then you challenged me, and I got up on stage, and it was very therapeutic. I left that stage.
When the terror kind of left our bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, so I used the music part to get on the stage to relax me.
Yes.
And then I focused on one person in the audience that made me feel comfortable. And she laughed at everything I said, so I said, "You're invited to my show." And then, you got me through a tough time, and I'm so grateful for that, because I've been carrying this burden.
Yeah, and it's a very heavy weight, let me just say, you know, to hold something that was totally untrue in the first place.
Yes, because there's always social funny, but that professional funny is a different
Professional
funny.
funny, yeah,
Getting on stage and trying to, be funny.
Yes.
Dance.
But self-opposition can completely stop us in our tracks. So I love that. And then Dr. Deb, we know that you're really all about relationships, but relationships can be, the fuel that lifts us up, or the weight that holds us back.
Absolutely.
So how can we create healthier relationships that truly support us when we're stepping into our most authentic lives?
Well, I actually think that's the key, is a lot of people are stuck in misery and suffering, and they're not moving in any direction in their relationship, either working on it or working to move on to a different choice.
Right.
And I think the first step is, that means that something is waking up in you.
Right.
You're headed towards growth, and it's often painful, but I think I see people who, they're getting physically ill, they're getting depression, they're getting anxiety, and I would say to people, if you're going through that, it means that your body is telling you something. Your body keeps the score, and your body says no.
Yes.
So if you're going through that, we're going to talk about courage in a little bit.
Yes.
Having the courage to, first of all, face what is waking up in me, my internal sense of knowing, of maybe I'm not in the right relationship, or maybe I need to make this relationship grow.
or you're feeling that just like what Dennis said, you're feeling that grip that you really want to get through whatever.
And that negative voice that talks in your ear. You can't dance. You're not funny. I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I think with relationships, is a lot of I should have, I could have, I can't, not allowed to.
Yes.
All of those negative things that keep people paralyzed.
Yes. So having my year anniversary here, I remember the fear of the unknown, of not knowing what to expect from this incredible experience, but I don't know, there was something that just made me jump, because I feel like I have a very beautiful connection with my spirit, and there was just this voice that said, you got to do this. Right?
Well, I can share personal. I was in a marriage for a very long time that was making me physically ill. And I wasn't paying attention to it, and it was the fear of the unknown of, I've never lived on my own before. I came straight from college to marriage.
Right.
And that unknown of, can I make it? Can I do it? What is life as a single woman going to be like? But it wasn't. Well, I have to say, if anybody's out there and feeling scared to make a relationship change, what a big, oh my gosh, adventure.
Yes.
What if you make a change and it's wonderful?
Right.
What if it's better than you could have ever expected? You and I talk about this.
Yeah.
And we talk about glow up. If you're glowing up after you make a change that you were scared to do.
Right. So Dennis, I'll go back to you before we wrap here. But what would you say is something that is fearful that you might want to do with me, maybe?
Again?
Something else.
Well, the runway would be pretty cool, but you did that already.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Is there anything?
Somebody mentioned something, roller skating or...
roller skating. That's
ballroom dancing would be so
I was going to say, I could get
dancing.
you ballroom
dancing would be right up here.
Well, stay tuned to see, what we do, and I'm going to pull you in here because it's better to do it. It's funner to do it with people.
If you never challenged me, I never would have did it.
There you go. So I want to close with this. When someone watches your story, what do you hope they feel inspired to do differently, in their own life? Like, what is something that you hope that they do?
Well, I will say for me, since I was in a very harmful marriage, and I stayed in it way too long, I would say don't be afraid. There is so much more to discover in yourself, and there's so much more out there in terms of new friends, new adventures.
Yes.
Try to go baby step, one at a time, and start looking around you and seeing where are the opportunities, because you could create something so much more abundant and so much more loving than you have, and you don't have to suffer.
I love that.
And to me, dancing is therapeutic. Get out of the chair, and I get a lot of that. You just got me up dancing, you got me out of the chair, moving, keeps you young. I visit my dad and assisted living every Monday. The people that are active are living
oh my
abundantly.
gosh. Well, I just want to thank you so much for sharing your inspiration and courage, again, with all of us, and you are lighting up the world and making a better place for us all. So thank you so much, and we'll have 10 years from now we'll come here again if we're
sounds good. Sounds good.
Bigger and better things.
Thank you for having us,
Congratulations
Sarah.
on your anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So happy we're here.
Thank you. And we will be right back, so stay tuned.
You have the power to delete them before the negativity takes over the wall.
Exactly. I just heard from a friend who does a gratitude list every day, and on the bottom line it says, "Hi, I'm Dr. Deb Castaldo, a couples and family therapist."
Hi, I'm Dennis Appel, aka Dadsgotmoves. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, making people laugh and smile.
I think to have courage to make a difficult decision, whatever you're facing in life this year, if this past year has been hard for you, take a leap, take a chance. I don't like to talk about risk. I like to take a chance to do something to make your life more loving abundantly, living a fuller life, and you'd be surprised. It might not be as scary as you think.
And for me, it's get out of your comfort zone. Put yourself in a position that you've been procrastinating for years. make it work, have fun, live, love, laugh every day. That's it. And dancing. Don't forget to dance. Dance is therapeutic. Get out there and dance.
Welcome to yet another episode of Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. A reminder that this series is all about doing the scary things that make my palms sweat and my inner critic scream. Because when we face fear, we gain strength, freedom, and unexpected opportunities. So far, I've swung from hoops, posed for a boudoir shoot, and braved, oh, that was so scary, braved stand-up comedy. And now, this is the second time I'm walking the red carpet in another fashion show. Hamptons Fashion Week was my first attempt, and if I say so myself, I think I nailed it. And now, New York Fashion Week, walking the red carpet in the middle of Times Square. Let me just say, gulp. This isn't just about strutting in heels without face planning. It's about breaking the mold. I am not 6'1", I am not a size 00, and I've got curves. I'm walking for all of us who don't fit into that model stereotype, but are ready to redefine beauty, boldness, and of course abundance. Let's step onto that runway, heels, hearts and all. Let's take a look. So I am here once again, but this time I'm at Times Square Fashion Week, and I am so thrilled to be here with all these designers. Yes, I get to be here with Shelly! So first of all, what did we win here?
I am the recipient. I'm so honored, honestly. Like, humbled and honored. And it's for Media Maven of the Year for all my on-air work, my hosting, my entertainment reporting, and this means so much to me, honestly.
We are here with Jean Shafroff. I just cannot tell you how beautiful you look with your dress and everything. So thank you so much for speaking with us.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm excited to be the host of Times Square Fashion Week. I've done this for many years, and today I received Philanthropist of the Year award.
Why, in your opinion, do you feel as if giving back in philanthropy is part of living an abundant life?
To be honest, to be a giver is far more rewarding than to be on the receiving end.
So I have found myself a prince. Literally a prince. Mario Max, oh my gosh, so great to have you here. I know you're the MC here, right?
I'm so happy to be the MC, and I have to tell you one thing. I'm Prince Mario Max Schaumburg-Lippe. I host a lot of fashion shows from LA to Europe. I just hosted Dee Rivera's fashion show in the Hamptons, and now, today, we are on Times Square, and my absolute highlight of Times Square Fashion Show was actually seeing this beautiful lady next to me modeling.
Wow.
You were fabulous. You know what?
Thank you.
You gave it so much energy, and you had your own style. And when we think about of the supermodels in this world, Giselle Bündchen has her walk, Claudia Schiffer has her walk, Heidi Klum has her walk, and you have your walk because you have your distinct style. And I love you on the runway because you have so much fun and you looked fabulous. Fashion brings us all together. There are all these different languages, right? And I have an accent. I sound like Brooklyn, but I'm from Europe, so everyone comes in from a different part of the world, and I love that we are all one, and let's make this world a beautiful place. And I'm a global peace ambassador, and that's one of the most important things: peace, 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 because in a peaceful world we can all prosper, and it's gonna be a good world. All these fights are nonsense. All this war, for me, are total nonsense. I hate it, and we need to have a peaceful, a prosperous, good world.
Tara Lipinski is an American Olympic gold medalist, figure skater, actress, and sports commentator. She's well known for her skill and grace on the ice, but today, Tara joins us to talk about infertility and how aspiring parents can find support and resources to help navigate their own path to parenthood. Wow. Welcome to the show, Tara.
Thank you so much.
When we open up about vulnerable parts of our lives, we not only empower ourselves, but also inspire others to do the same. I say that is definitely living abundantly. With that in mind, what inspired you to publicly share your fertility journey?
Well, it just felt like it was time. It took 5 years to bring our first child home, and it was a long journey filled with so many obstacles, and it was very emotional, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I always say winning an Olympic gold medal was easy compared to that. And for so long, I didn't share my story, and it was okay. I think if you want to share, share. If you don't, you do whatever is best for your mental health and however you think you can best get through an infertility battle. And for me, eventually, I just felt that it was time and that I wanted to share, and that, yes, it's a leap that is scary, but when I did it, I felt so supported, and the response was overwhelming. And I met so many people in this community, so many beautiful people that just are there to share their own stories and to make you feel less alone and to offer you support and hope. And I guess at the end of the day, that's all I could hope for, is that my story maybe helped one person out there on a similar journey, made them feel less alone, or made them feel like there is hope and that they could keep going.
Living abundantly doesn't always mean everything goes according to plan. Sometimes it means finding purpose and healing in, the hardest seasons of life. In the spirit of that truth, how do you hope sharing your story will help those who are experiencing infertility?
Infertility can be a very isolating journey. And for myself, I really closed myself off, and I struggled through it. And I think once I opened up and I was able to share my story was when I was met with so many other stories that I realized made me feel validated in the way that I was feeling. It gave me hope. And that is all that I want to be able to provide for this community. I am so passionate about advocating and helping people in this world, because I obviously personally know what it was like to go through this battle. And that's why I'm excited to be partnering with Fertility Out Loud. It is an online resource where it gives people the opportunity to get reliable, vetted, accurate information. There's fertility coaches that can help guide you through the process. And then more importantly is finding that family, finding that support. And maybe you're not sharing openly yet with your own family and friends, but you can go to Fertility Out Loud and see other people who are sharing their stories, and many may match your own, which then brings you comfort, knowing that someone else is going through this, knowing that someone else had success, whatever it may be. You need to find ways to control whatever you can, because I find in IVF and in infertility, you just sometimes have to expect the unexpected. You can't always plan. You can't look for that due date and just know that it's going to happen. You have to just keep your head down and take it day by day sometimes.
Yeah, and lastly, with you navigating this part of your life with so much determination, what would you say is one abundant word or phrase to describe your life today?
Oh God, that's hard. I don't know if I could come up with just one word, but I just know that I am so grateful when I look at my daughter. Sometimes the fall is just as big of a learning lesson as the win. And I just look at her and I'm grateful that we were able to continue treatment. And that's why I want to advocate and work so hard for people that may not have the resources to keep going in IVF, may not have the insurance plans that cover IVF. So, hopefully one day IVF will be accessible to all people. And I hope to be, standing amongst them as their biggest supporter and trying to find ways that people can continue to try to build their families.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing a really, really personal and empowering story of hope and resiliency. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Of course. Thank you.
And we will be right back. Don't go away.
to love what I do, and whatever it is that I went through, I don't regret anything because it made me who I am today.
And they have these really cute bath things. This one's called In the Buff.
In the Buff,
so that you guys can use together.
My goal has always been to push past whatever, either it's a self-imposed limitation, you think you can't do something, or me physically, I physically can't run.
Right.
So how do I live a life of abundance?
You know, they didn't say that there was necessarily a gender bias, but they said it was hard. They said it was too hard to get both degrees and make both fields work.
Right. I feel like empowerment is really owning who you are. Every bits and pieces, like they say, warts and all.
Yes.
All of it. And owning your mess and understanding.
Welcome back. I am so excited to welcome my next guest. Welcome Courtney Lawyer to the show. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. And I know that you will be sharing your family business with us. I'm really fascinated in your story. So can you share with our viewers, what is it about your family business that has kind of gotten you here?
We have a company called Pure and Secure. We focus on water distillation, and we truly believe it is the best way to purify water.
Yes.
And we are trying to bring this message to the world.
Yes.
So it is so much about educating consumers about what could be in the water and what effects various contaminants can have on the body long term.
Yes.
And we hope we educate them on the best solution.
Well, there's one little point of your story which I love so much, and it was the story of your father, who, you know, if you could just tell our audience just a little story about him. You know, I love the fact that he's over the age of a certain age.
Yes. Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about him, and did he start the business?
Well, he bought the business from the founding family over 40 years ago.
Right.
And to this day, you know, he's in his 80s and he still comes into work every day. We are all very passionate about what we do.
I love that. So, you know, when it comes to getting clean water, and it feels like walking down the toothpaste aisle, you know, there's so many options. And they all promise the same thing. You know, we've all heard it before, you know, the filters, the reverse osmosis, the distillers, and it can get really confusing. Can you kind of break it down for us? You know, how does a distiller really, you know, become different from the rest of all the things that we hear?
Absolutely. Most people have heard of filters and reverse osmosis systems, and they are a good start to purifying your water, but they do require a lot of maintenance. Filters fail. That's why they need replacing. And the beauty of distillation is that it is a scientific process. And what I mean by that is, if you think about it, the water that we have here on Earth never gets renewed. It is actually the same water we had millions of years ago when the dinosaurs were here.
Yes.
So how is that we are still living off of this water? It is the hydrologic cycle.
Wow.
So just as the sun heats up water in the oceans and rivers, it creates evaporation. It lets go of the contamination and leaves it behind.
Right. Yes.
And that pure steam that rises, that's what condenses into clouds and then comes down as rain.
Wow.
And that is the same process we do inside a distiller.
Yeah, but you know, you kind of hear people saying, well, you know, aren't we supposed to get minerals from water? You know, but in your product, you know, are we missing out on something? And I probably the answer is no.
Well, purity should be the priority when it comes to your water. With as many pharmaceuticals and microplastics and PFAS and glyphosate is in the world today and ends up in our water supply, we believe purity is the priority. So do the best you can to purify the water If you need to add mineral drops back in, those are available.
So in my newest book, Sacred Plate, I talk about, the abundance of drinking water.
Oh, yes.
And, before we wrap here, I just want to ask you one question, is what would you say is the best abundant word or phrase that best describes my pure water?
I would say cloud to table.
Cloud to table.
Yes.
Fantastic. I love that. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we will be right back, so don't go away.
The purifier. Yay, kudos. Isn't that fun? Awesome.
My name is Courtney, lawyer. I'm president of Pure and Secure. We produce pure water distillers. Purity should be the priority. Our pure water distillers produce water that is greater than 99.9% pure. It's basically H2O, and that is the best thing that you can be giving your body. The water that we have on Earth has been here for millions of years, and it is purified in nature through the hydrologic cycle. And that is what we looked to produce our distillers. We follow that same process. It's very consistent. You will get the same water in 20 years that you did on day one. So we are very passionate about what we do, and we want to take this message to more people around the world.
Feeling sexy and luxurious in our own skin first, and then with what we are wearing, I have to say, is truly abundant. And Avidlove embodies that with their stunning lingerie collection. Their pieces are not only captivating, but also designed for stylish, everyday wear. You can explore their full collection on the Avidlove official website. I am so excited to share that Avidlove has partnered with the Know Your Lemons Foundation for a meaningful 3-month Pink Care campaign. This initiative goes beyond fashion. It's about making a real difference. They've launched the Avidlove Know Your Lemons Pink Limited Edition series, donating 10% of all sales to support global breast health education. Each gift box includes a breast health self-examination guide card and a healing fortune card. Such a thoughtful addition. What really touched my heart was their fashion show in New York on October the 10th, featuring the incredible Coco Rocha alongside breast cancer survivors. It was a powerful celebration of all body types, showcasing pure confidence on the runway. I encourage all of you to support the amazing brand and their incredible mission. Your Guinness World Record oldest working female comedian in the world.
Life keeps getting better and more fun.
There are a lot of great people out there that have made mistakes, but a mistake could turn into a positive outcome, and that positive testimony can change the next generation.
It always sounds a little cheesy when you say it, even though it's probably also true. I believe that we can all make our life a symphony.
Oh. Yes.
It takes self-work.
Yes.
It takes.
I am back in the kitchen, and this time I'm joined by one of my absolute favorites, Nina Vitri. You might remember her as, kind of like our cooking luminary from Living Abundantly, where she really dazzled us as our Italian chef extraordinaire. And you opened up this beautiful restaurant. So why don't you tell us about it?
And I think my favorite part about opening was the evolving of it, like the revolution. And it has changed in so many ways and went into a different direction. And imagine if I opened sooner, it probably wouldn't have, it still would have been great, but maybe I would have had to make better changes as I went, but I opened exactly at the time that I wanted to.
But isn't that funny that sometimes we think that it has to be done a certain way,
that's
and then you get frustrated, like why isn't it being done that way? But actually you were being guided to what was exactly perfect.
So much.
And it's beautiful. And I know you're not cooking anything today, but could you tell us a little bit about, like, if you were going to cook something here today, what is one specialty from, and let's tell everybody what the name is. Vitri's Cucina.
Yes. So with the involvement with the restaurant, I was just supposed to have this boutique restaurant, Italian cuisine, some fine dining in the front. Just there's only 9 seats, and every table is different. Open concept of the kitchen. I blew out this hole. We call it the egg in the kitchen. It's this nice little oval, and you can see what's going on from every seat in the house. And then the Tuscany room, which was supposed to seat 11 guests, is now this pasta operation. We have 11 plus homemade pasta dishes. I have an incredible chef, executive chef Brent Chalou, and he has been with me every step of the way. Because of that, I now have opened up the market in the same building. So as soon as you walk in, it's an old historic building, right in Chesapeake City, Maryland. And the minute that you walk in, you can see you have the restaurant, then you have the kitchen, and then the market. And the market is definitely my forte. It's everything that I import from Italy. I even get the goosebumps. I have this delicious lemon olive oil that is amazing. It's freshly pressed.
And you've imported that.
We import all of our, I make the joke, the only thing that we don't make in our restaurant is the olive oil and our cannoli shells and tart shells.
So as we wrap this segment, I am thrilled to invite, I am going to call them again, my Rat Pack. Come on in. We've got Dr. Deb, of course, and Dennis Appel. So I love, and I kind of feel like we were the original Rat Pack of this whole year. And I'm so thrilled that I am surrounded not only with the guests, but also behind the cameras. And I'm getting goosebumps. And I'm just so grateful for everybody that's been involved with this incredible journey. So as they say on TV, stay tuned for next year. So thank you so much for joining me.
The proceeding was sponsored by Sarah Vie, LLC.